A crime of opportunity when the weather changes, and a reminder to lock your car doors no matter how quick the trip. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Krista Boehm. Warmer temperatures may mean more outdoor activities for you and the family, but for police it means a spike in crime, specifically car break-ins. Today alone, back-to-back break-ins within an hour in the same spot. Fargo police say it's unusual to happen midday, but this may just be the beginning. Valley News Team's Christina Craig shows us what you can use to keep an eye out on crime.
Unlock doors. Unlock doors. Allow unwanted criminals in. It's a crime of opportunity that can happen in your driveway or your neighbor's.
But you can go to the store where the crime rate is a little higher and it can, boom, it can just happen to you.
Keeping safety in mind, Yadira Burridge always leans towards the side of caution, looking out for her 5-year-old's best interest.
You can always be on the lookout for anything.
Whether it's scoping out a new area of the city or taking a closer look at her own neighborhood, CrimeReports.com allows Burridge to keep tabs on crime in her area.
It'd let you know that if there's crimes happening in the park by your neighborhood, or if we've taken reports of some disorderly behavior, that you may want to see that you don't let your kids go to the park unattended.
Be in just a minute, let them in.
And for the most part, the system stays up to date. Crime Reports lags behind only by a few days, giving fairly accurate data. In total this month, 12 cars were broken into. CrimeReports.com pinpoints to the location where the theft happened and can filter a specific period of time. For example, 7 incidents occurred in the last 2 weeks.
Just like in the backyard or wherever, you know, things can happen anywhere. So I would like to be informed of what's going on around.
In Fargo, Christina Craig, Valley News Live.
Fargo police say they typically see spikes in car break-ins in the cold winter months and when the weather starts to warm up again. Usually these criminals just pull on door handles until one opens. A man is still in the hospital after he says he was attacked by multiple people outside a Grand Forks bar. Grand Forks police officers were dispatched to an Altru Hospital emergency room around 4 this morning to speak to the man. The victim told police he was attacked by 4 or 5 people at the 100 block of North 3rd Street around 1 a.m. Now, if you have any information, you're asked to call the Grand Forks Police Department. And now is your chance to stop corruption in your community. If you discover anything suspicious, call our whistleblower team and we'll work to investigate it. You can call our whistleblower hotline now at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. Federal investigators are trying to determine why a small plane crashed near the Pine River Airport. 43-year-old John Witt and 32-year-old Stacy Sundquist, both from Pine River, died in the crash on Friday. Several witnesses say the plane took off and appeared to be low and slow before crashing 1/4 mile away from the airport. The plane was made in 1940. Family and friends are desperate for answers as it's been nearly 3 days since anyone has seen 22-year-old University of Minnesota student Jennifer Houle. Minneapolis police have looked into surveillance video from the Blarney pub in Dinkytown, where she was last seen. Flyers and billboards have gone up in the area hoping for some answers. Houle's purse was found in between Blarney's and her sorority house just a few blocks away. Police say they are looking into a list of possible scenarios concerning her disappearance, and they've received a great number of calls and tips in regards to the case. As of now, police say this is a missing person investigation, not a criminal one. Anyone with information on Houle's whereabouts is asked to call 911 or the Minneapolis Police Tip Line. The names have been released in a fatal crash near Wadena County this weekend. 37-year-old Josie Sathmary of Minneapolis died after she crossed the center line on Highway 71 and hit a Volvo tractor trailer head-on. 63-year-old Richard Norton of Iowa was driving the trailer. He was not injured in the crash. Electronic cigarette use is on the rise, and many companies market them as a safer alternative to conventional cigarettes. But Megan Hahn shows us the numbers that prove they can be a serious safety threat in your home.
With labels saying watermelon, strawberry, and even gummy bear, it's easy to see how a child could mistake one of these e-cigarette refills for a treat.
very easy for a child to think it was, especially when it says something like Just Juice on it.
Many children are getting their hands on these containers, and the statistics are troubling. In the first 2 months of 2015, there were more than 650 suspected cases of accidental poisoning.
People think of nicotine as just addictive, but it's very toxic. So the nicotine in these products, not only if it's ingested or swallowed is toxic, but it can also be very toxic if it's just spilled on the skin. So it absorbs very easily through the skin.
A lethal dose for adults is 40 to 60 milligrams of nicotine, but the average e-cigarette cartridge contains anywhere from 6 to 70 milligrams.
One of these containers of liquid nicotine is enough to kill approximately 4 toddlers. It only takes about a teaspoon of this liquid nicotine to be lethal for a toddler.
Some of the symptoms of nicotine poisoning include vomiting, increased heart rate, dizziness, and seizure.
Containers like this, as you can see, are easily opened. This could very easily spill if it was sitting on a table or a counter.
The American Lung Association recommends keeping e-cigarettes and refill containers out of reach of children and away from pets. For NBC North Dakota News, this is Megan Hahn.
North Dakota lawmakers agree that e-cigarettes should be kept out of the hands of minors. Last week, a Senate hearing committee discussed House Bill 1186 that would require child-proof packaging for liquid nicotine containers. And did you place a bet during March Madness? The American Gaming Association says about 40 million people filled out brackets, with bets totaling an estimated $9 billion. But these numbers come with a warning. The North Dakota Department of Human Services is asking people to open up a dialogue about gambling. They estimate that between 14,000 and 21,000 North Dakotans may struggle with gambling.
Gambling becomes a problem for an individual when they are unable to resist the urge to gamble despite having negative consequences, such as lying or arguing with family and friends about their behaviors, borrowing money to pay off debts, or even going without basic needs in order to gamble.
Treatment is available through the Gambler's Choice program provided by Lutheran Social Services of North Dakota. And for more information on that, you can visit www.gamblernd.com.